Hey Noah, I think you have a game you prepared or a question or something like that.
I
What was
certainly do. I came up with a little segment, nothing too fancy, but I especially want to know from your perspective, because as we touched upon in the open, you quite literally work in the industry where I am a fan who just watches it from the movie theater, watches it from my couch and everything. If you could have dinner with five people in the industry who are currently alive, who would those five people be? You could
Hmm.
ask any follow up questions to that if you want any more clarification, but it's pretty much as simple as just dinner with them. You have conversations with them. You could ask them anything you want. Um, yeah,
And now are we all at the same table? I guess because that does impact.
good question. You are, but the way I see it, there's like an empty chair next to all five of them. So after 20 minutes, you could just go to that chair and then just have a one on one with them. And then after 20 minutes, so it's not like it needs to be like shouting across the table because otherwise the positioning of everyone matters. So yes, it's a round table kind of situation, but you can get a one on one with all five.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Um, Great question, Noah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Um, I'm just gonna go off my gut. I'm sure I'm gonna forget people, but the first person that pops in my head is the best director of all time. My favorite director, Steven Spielberg. I think yeah, as someone who wants to make a career out of working in the film industry, um, as someone who, I do work in, art department, set design, production design right now, but I directed a short film. I want to direct on the side as a hobby, maybe one day more than that. So, Steven Spielberg has to be at that table if we're talking industry leaders. Um, and then that second spot has to go to the second best director, in my opinion, or my second favorite director, Christopher Nolan. So I got Spielberg and I got Nolan. I mean, Christopher Nolan made my favorite movie of all time, Interstellar. Uh, I love Inception. Uh, love the Batman trilogy. Um, I'd have so many questions for the two of them. So those are the two that immediately pop in my head. Those are like set in stone. Um, I think speaking of Interstellar, I think I'd want Matthew McConaughey there. I not only, honestly, not only from like a career perspective, like I love his work and have acting questions. I just want to talk to Matthew McConaughey. I feel like I'm gonna learn something about myself. I feel like, ah, I just, yeah, that would probably be number three. He's also one of my favorite actors of all time.
Yeah, see, sometimes you want someone for the vibes. You want someone who you could get a beer with, have a conversation, and not just ask questions, but just see what they say and just see what he rattles off. So I think that's a perfect answer.
Thank you, thank you. And I'm gonna run this back to you. I want to hear your five after
I
this,
got
by
you.
the way. So um, yeah. Um, let's say James Gunn for now. This is kind of a current time thing. Maybe because I could pitch him all my ideas of how I would design the Batcave. Uh, but yeah, I mean that guy, he's the guy right now. He's starting a universe. It's like the dream job, building your own cinematic universe of superheroes. So, um, yeah, James Gunn or Kevin Feige. I would say James Gunn slash Kevin Feige. Either one of those would be awesome. And then let's go with my Spider-Man, Tom Holland. I think having Tom Holland there would be awesome. Getting to meet Spider-Man that I like. We were in middle school and high school when he was cast, and that's kind of who he grew up with and watched evolve, and will continue to watch. So I think, yeah, big Tom Holland fan here. So those are my five. We got Spielberg, we got Nolan, we got Holland, we got McConaughey, and we have Gunn. The gun
Slash
is loaded.
Feige. Gun is certainly loaded. I told Aaron that you were going to pick Gun as one of your five, and he said no way. I don't know why. I said James Gunn is definitely going to be on your list, and for some reason I don't know, I have no idea, but he said you weren't going to do it. I don't know, maybe he doesn't think as highly on James Gunn, which is insane. So I
Look, dude, James Gunn is like I wouldn't have said that if he wasn't running DC Studios right now. He's not like my be all end all, but I I'd have so many questions for that guy, especially right now. So at this exact moment, I would want to talk to James Gunn.
I don't blame you. I also would love to talk, like my top one. He's not on my top 5 list. I could spoil that, but he's probably in my top 10.
Yeah, it would be awesome. It really would be. All right, talk to me, dude.
All
What's your
right. There's no ranking with these 5, but there is a number 1.
Mhm.
And that number 1 is easily John Williams, and nobody comes close to. I have not. There is no person in the industry I would want to have a conversation with more than John Williams. I don't even know the specific questions I would ask him. I just want to be in his presence. He is an absolute legend, an absolute hero to me. I'm someone who's obsessed with movie scores. It might be a guilty pleasure, it might be weird or whatever, but I would literally hum movie scores with my roommate Brendan in college. He would give me the movie, I would hum it to him as we were going to sleep certain nights. Like it's it's something I'm just obsessed with it. So John Williams, the greatest composer of all time. The movie is
what's your favorite score of his?
Imperial March. That's easy answer, basic. I don't care. It's when I was 6, 7 years old. Oh, no. When I was 6 or 7 years old, I I didn't even mean to do that.
Now we're going viral. That's
I hate that I just did
because
that.
you put that in there.
No, because that makes it seem like I was doing that intentional when I actually was not, and I realized after. But whatever. Okay. So when I was, let's say, 7 or 8 years old, and I watched Empire Strikes Back for the first time, my favorite movie of all time. When I heard that, that's just chills every single time. And I'm sure like 5 or 6 of John Williams' Star Wars scores are in my top like 10 John Williams scores. Because as you could see, Star Wars is very important to me. So yeah, Imperial March is certainly number 1. And I don't care if it's basic, that's my answer.
Valid. You're justified.
Yeah, John Williams, the GOAT. The GOAT. Hans Zimmer's great, but John Williams, the GOAT. Another one, RDJ. I feel like that's self-explanatory. I could ask him about a lot of stuff from his past, but I don't really care about that stuff. I kind of just care about him being Iron Man and being the man and being super cool. I saw him actually in a Broadway show last year in McNeil. So I was about I was like 100 feet away from him. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, RDJ, Robert Downey Jr. In case you don't know who I'm referring to, not you. I'm talking about the audience. Yeah, he is Iron Man, as he says a lot.
Yeah, that probably would have been could have been in my 5. So good, such a good pick.
He's awesome. He's the best. Okay, I have a split one. I have a one or the other, like you had with Gun is Loaded and Feige. So I have either Sam L. Jackson or Mark Hamill. They're both similar in my eyes because I would have the time of my life talking with either of them. Obviously, they're both actors. They're both in Star Wars. Sam L. Jackson's in a lot more movies in general, just movies that I'm interested in, I guess, in general. So maybe I would lean Sam L. Jackson. But if you've watched any late night talk show and Mark Hamill's on, he is the best storyteller. He's a fantastic storyteller. So both of them, super cool. Both of them will be amazing to talk to. I would love to hear their stories. And they're so tied that I'm going to do one or the other for that.
Great picks. Yeah, you're hitting home runs.
All right.
Also, Mark Hamill just seems like the nicest guy.
Yeah. Yes. I agree. Did you see the video where Samuel Jackson was talking about him doing the Mace Windu Emperor Palpatine speech with like a random fan who shouted across the street?
No, I didn't.
I am the Senate, and then they just went back and forth. Yeah, it was. He seems like the man. Okay.
That would be you and him across
100%.
the table. Oh no, next because you're smart.
Yeah, because the empty chair.
Yeah, empty chair.
Another one is maybe I should have started with this because you said him, but Spielberg. Steven Spielberg is on my list. That's a must. That's self-explanatory, and you already gave the explanation. So, a lot of the John Williams scores I love so much were Steven Spielberg collaborations. So that's another good talking point in that. And my last, but certainly not least, you might think this is interesting, Neil Patrick Harris. I I am obsessed with How I Met Your Mother. Obsessed. It might be. I think a couple of years ago I had it as like my fifth favorite show of all time. It honestly might have climbed to the number one spot at this point. I can't help myself from rewatching it all the time. And Barney Stinson, I don't care how this sounds about me, but he's my favorite character in all of media. It's him and then Darth Vader. Like that's actually where my rankings are. It's Barney Stinson as one, Darth Vader two. So I need to meet him. He sang the national anthem at a Yankees game I was at, a playoff game in 2017, and that was amazing. I almost teared up. Like I'm obsessed with him. So yeah, that's an easy pick.
We talk a lot about like Marvel and Star Wars and stuff, but I'm also a huge How I Met Your Mother fan as
I do.
well.
I do.
Um, yeah, I am so funny. I just got a text from my old roommate Noah saying that he's going to see Springsteen tonight. But
Ooh.
maybe I'm
Ask him if he's buying or selling after he sees it.
yeah, are you buying it, Noah, or selling? Other no.
He'd be like, what
Anyway,
the?
what was I on about?
Him.
Him. Yeah, that's a great pick. I also saw Neil Patrick Harris in the flesh once. He had a movie premiere in or TV show premiere in New York, and I got free tickets to go. So,
And he hosted the Oscars, and people gave him crap for that. That was That was great. I don't know why. He was great. He was spectacular.
He's so cool. He's so good. And Barney is the best. Dude, that's a good table.
Yeah, job well done.